Hello, everyone. It's your boy Adrian here. In whatever way you can, let's make sure that we're supporting US ARC. They're fighting to keep our reptile keeping rights. It's getting really crazy out here with all the laws passing and white lists being approved. Make sure that you're becoming a US ARC member if you can. And if not, support US ARC awareness on your platforms. Thank you. And we're stronger together, guys. West Coast, man, you know where it's at. Best place to relax and kick back underneath the palm trees. Talk about reptiles and spit facts. Yo, what is up? What is up? What it do, you too? It's your big homie Adrian right here. West Coast Wednesdays, episode 17, man. We keeping it 100 over here on the West Coast. You already know what it is. And let me start off by saying the reason I made this podcast exists, is because I wanted to have discussions with other keepers and breeders and might as well record them on a live YouTube platform. So thank you, YouTube, man, allowing me to have a platform to share some conversations with some other reptile enthusiasts, hobbyists, and breeders. And by no means am I an expert at anything or give anyone advice about anything. I'm fully transparent. I'm very new to snake keeping and breeding. I've only produced one clutch of ball pythons so far under my belt. I've had, work with keeping other species and attempting breeding with other species. And I've learned a lot through that and shared that through my podcast. And if you guys are looking for a place where we could talk about reptiles and you're a new keeper and you want to learn along the way, you've come to the right place. If I appreciate if everyone watches this, smashes a like button, shares it out, subscribes. Really appreciate that. I don't make any money from this. I have no agenda. I have no Patreon. This is strictly for the love of the reptiles and love of the people who keep reptiles too. And make sure you guys are supporting US ARC. Over here on the West Coast, I got some pairings going on. It's starting to cool down here, and males are starting to cruise around. I got one ball python that looks like she's ovulated and possibly gravid so far, from what I see, and really excited about the future, man. I think it's going to be a big year next year, hopefully, and might be some more learning lessons next year. Who knows? I got the clutch of ball pythons that I produced still going. I got four that I'm having to assist feed still. Two are feeding on their own, and the two that are feeding are bangers. Happy about that. Hope everyone's doing well, having a great week so far. We're almost at Halloween. Almost Halloween on Friday. It's going to be Halloween here. And hope everyone has a safe and great Halloween with their families. And definitely want to give my condolences to the big homie Kino. Unfortunately, passed away. And really, really unexpected, man. I really looked up to Kino as a father. He and I worked in the same kind of industry and career field for our full-time jobs, and I had a lot of mutual respect for him, and we talked a lot about that. and I have an animal that he produced with a joint pairing with Kino, and Mike Marshall. Happy to have that animal and thankful I got an animal from the big homie. Rest easy, man. You'll be missed. Your energy, it's unmatched. Uh, you know, very few people like Kino, especially in the green tree python community. So it was a tough loss for all of us. And if anyone can, please support his meal train. He's got a meal train. His family has a meal train set up, and Travis has been involved with that. And I appreciate Travis and his friendship with Kino, man, and everything Travis and Kino have done with the Chondro Bar Room for the community. And it's tough for me to even talk about this, man. I really wish I wasn't saying this right now, man. Um, Kino inspired a lot out of me, man. Rocking the Lokes for him, and rest in peace, my brother Kino, man. So tonight's guest, I've been recently introduced to him from one of the homies, Handy Exotics Keith, who recently hatched out his clutch of green tree pythons, and I'm proud of him. He introduced the big homie Fadi to me from Daffy's Reptiles, and really cool, enthusiastic, passionate hobbyist and breeder out of Canada. And I'd like to welcome him on the show for episode 17, West Coast Wednesdays. We're going to have a deep dive on the reptile hobby in the general between USA and Canada. And welcome to the show, Fadi, man. Appreciate you coming
What's up,
on.
man? What's up, everybody? Thank you very much for
Yeah,
having
man.
me, bro.
Really means a lot, bro. And you guys know how we do it on the West Coast. We get straight into it. Fadi, man, give us some background on you. What species are you keeping at the moment?
Hit me, man. Keeping quite a bit. I have a very wide variety of animals, so I'm keeping, on the lizard end, I have mountain horn dragons, emerald tree skinks, collared lizards, pictus geckos, stenodactylus, and then on the snake side, carpet pythons, boas, rainbow boas. I have one Amazon tree boa, and of course, the real reason we're here and the real reason we connected, I have chondros. I've had one Chondro for a while, and then last week I got four more in, which I'm very happy, very excited with. And so, yeah, man, that's kind of I'm sure I forgot a couple of species, but generally that's kind of what I'm keeping, what I'm into now
Yeah,
at this
that's
point in time, at least. Yeah,
that's dope, man. Sounds like we got a lot to talk about tonight. And
for
again, I
sure.
appreciate you coming on, man. Really means a lot. And if anyone isn't following the homie Daffy's Exotics,
Daffy's
I'm sorry,
reptiles.
Daffy's
Yes,
Reptiles,
no,
excuse me.
all good, bro.
Please go
Yeah,
follow the homie Daffy's Reptiles on Instagram and subscribe to him on YouTube. He's got his own podcast as well. I think you might be the first podcaster I've had on my show, if I'm not
let's
mistaken.
go.
And yeah,
Yeah,
man, so it's gonna be dope. And want to give respect to you for keeping those lizards. As a previous lizard keeper myself, I've had some experience with that's where I started out in the reptile hobby, was with lizards and amphibians, and I
nice.
know how much is involved with those animals. They are everyday animals, and I
Yes.
respect you for that, man. That's quite the accomplishment. So with your lizards, have you been breeding those so far?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you, bro. I 100% agree with what you just said. I started completely with lizards and I slowly started getting into snakes recently and kind of lessening the amount of lizards completely because they are, like you said, everyday animals. They need the work. You can't really travel. Like it's there. You need to be on top of the lizards, whereas the snakes, of course, you need to do the proper care and everything. But you can leave them for a couple of days. If you're too busy to feed, they're okay eating the next day or the day after. Like it's not as urgent as with keeping lizards. But yeah, man, I do breed the lizards. I have been breeding lizards for a long time now. I started off with breeding crested geckos, a couple of other like dwarf geckos, bred the Cameroon dwarfs, the Abugularis gonatodes, which I think yellow-headed geckos, and Stenodactylus, all kinds of stuff. But right now with my current collection, it's I'm kind of still learning the ropes around mountain horn dragons and how to breed them. Um, they're a little bit tough. My group is originally all wild caught. I don't know if that's playing a factor, or if we're just not, if I'm not giving them the proper husbandry for them to be producing on the regular. But I've had them for a long time now, and it's been a tough journey breeding them. Everything else so far, the emerald tree skinks, they kind of do their own thing. You know, you don't. I'm not pulling eggs. I'm not incubating them. I just find babies in the enclosure and pull them out, put them in their own enclosure. So they're awesome. The Stenodactylus and the Pictus geckos, man, are like rabbits. Like once you pair them, you're getting eggs for a long time, and you're gonna go in there not expecting eggs and find eggs, and so they're fun to work with. And just this summer was my first time breeding collared lizards. So we end up with 2 babies from them. So it's super exciting. But yeah, sorry, that was a long-winded way to answer your question. Lizards are awesome.
Yeah, yeah, man. I've bred just a couple of species of lizards. I bred panther chameleons one
Awesome.
time, and yeah, that was gnarly. And then I bred leopard geckos, which was really easy and really
Yeah.
fun. And recently, I had to just step away and focus, more on the chondros and arboreal things, and give more of my time to those because I've just got to weigh the balances. With the lizards is like, all right, I'm pumping out like $20 leopard geckos, but it's a lot of work. Is it really, I got to raise the babies, and then once you make babies, then you got to take care of the babies. You have to establish the babies. I do right by the animals, so I'm making sure
Yeah.
that they're well fed, fresh water, clean paper towels. And so it is, for a $20 baby when I could be spending that time, working with another species that might, be more.
A little more of a high ticket item.
Yeah, yeah, and it's not for, you know, you could say all you want, it's not for money and all this shit, but at the end of the day, man, like time is money, and I don't have a lot of time to spend. And so it's not really the money thing, it's more the time. And I want to use my time wisely and be able to do the best I can with the projects that I'm most passionate about. And I just had to, part ways with all the, the lizards, the leg animals, and being a lizard guy at first, and getting into that. Then when I got my first ball python, I realized, how hardy these animals are, and the comparison between lizard keeping and snake keeping, and it just opened up a whole new world for me, and really, like, it got me really back into the reptile world. And
Different ball game for sure.
how do you feel? You feel like you're going to stick with the lizard still going forward, or
Um,
you think you might pivot in the future?
it's funny because I've said multiple times over the past couple of years to the people close to me, I'm like, I'm done with lizards. I am making the pivot. I am switching completely to snakes. And then I come to actually do it, and I have an attachment to the mountain horn dragons. The collards are awesome, and
Can you
I
say that
didn't
again?
expect
I'm sorry. The
mountain horn dragons.
mountain
My
horn
logo goes.
dragons.
Yeah, so they're the Acansora genus. So there's 14 species in there, but there's basically 4 that are available in captivity. So they're like um, a lizard from Indonesia. Some of them, most of them have horns on their heads. Some of them have different coloration in the face and the head. They love water, so you kind of like great lizards for paludariums. They're usually pretty calm, slow, and one of the best things about them is every time you walk into a room, they're sitting out there on display. They're not hiders. They're not like shy from humans. They're kind of always there, always ready to eat. Yeah, they're an awesome, very underrated species in the hobby. Not enough people are keeping them, but they're awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pull that up, and then while
Yeah.
we discuss some more lizards, and you're dealing with some geckos. Are those like the micro geckos, or
So I've worked with quite a few species of micro geckos in the past. I guess Stenodactylus would be considered micro, considering they're only like maybe 3-4 inches depending on which species you're working with. But they're not as micro as like the yellow-headed geckos I mentioned earlier, or the dwarf Cameroons, or the Clemeri, the what are they? Oh, day geckos. The micro day geckos or the spherodactylus. They're not as small as that, but they're decently small. They're all the ones I work with are sand geckos. Yeah, there's the mountain horn dragons. So third picture down. So that's a Natalier. So that's, I think, the biggest species. I could be wrong, but I think it's the biggest species of mountain horn dragon, biggest species of Acansora. And you know, the males are the ones with that orange head, the yellow head. They're a gorgeous species,
Yeah.
and they just look prehistoric, man. Like, look at that. Some of them get some blues in them. They have the really long horns. They're awesome. I had a pair of these. I don't have them anymore. I rehomed them to a friend, Responsible Reptile, um, and they're doing great work with them. But I had too many mountain horn dragons. I had to narrow it down, but I still have mountain horn dragons. So yeah, so that's an
Yes.
Italier,
So
and
I
then
could
you've
I could see like these, like you said, they probably love water. I've
oh
never
yeah,
heard of these. These are awesome, man.
they're
These are
awesome. So if you click the one to the left of that, yeah, that's a Capra. So that's the one that I'm currently
yeah.
have my focus on. I have Capras and Armadas. I haven't seen any Armadas scroll by. And then there's also Lepidogaster in the hobby, which is the dwarf mountain horn dragons. And I still don't see any in this kind of
Yeah.
scroll down. But yeah, they're cool, man.
Yeah,
They're
man.
cool. Hey, look, there's
Wow.
me.
Is that you? Oh, okay.
That's me.
Is that you?
Yeah,
Nice, bro.
yeah, yes, sir.
There you go.
Yes. So that's
Exoterra. Shout out Exoterra, man.
shout out Exoterra, man. Yeah, they're
All
they're
these
awesome. So
sponsors,
they
man.
set me up with that whole tank and everything for the Mountain Horn Dragons. I have a whole series on the YouTube channel um building that enclosure. Shout out the homie Greg beneath the Canopy Exotics actually did the background and drilled the glass for me and did everything. So it's like a fully running waterfall now. And yeah, man, it's cool. They're a fun species to keep if you like. So there you go. There Greg's in the chat right now.
You got your homie right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So he basically did all the work on that, but I'm gonna take a little bit of credit. But yeah, man, if you enjoy keeping, I used to keep aquariums as well. If you enjoy keeping that water aspect, but you like the lizards, you like the arborealness, the variety of plants you can use with them is awesome as well. Because they don't destroy them. They spend most of their time on like
Yeah.
the sticks, the wood, all of that.
Yeah,
But
those
so
are
you can,
awesome, man.
they're cool
That's
lizards, man.
cool.
I think more people need to be keeping them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, most of them are wild caught, and it's very hard. It's becoming more common now, but it's still quite hard to find them captive bred,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they don't tend to do great as wild caught, unfortunately.
Yeah, I hear you. And they're from Indonesia too, right? So that's
Uh,
pretty
it's de-
cool. Like,
yeah, depending on the species. So capras are from Indonesia. I think the Natalier are from Vietnam, but that general area is where all the species would come from. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, no, we got the big homie. His name's Alex, and he works with the water dragons, the Hydrosaurus.
yes, very cool
It's
species.
yeah, man. The big homie Alex. I'm blanking on his username right now. Um, but
Yeah,
he's killing it with the water dragons and the Hydrosaurus. And I really respect what he's doing, man. I see some really cool, the giant sail fins. The sail fin
yeah,
dragons are really cool.
yeah.
He's the Hydrosaurus king, man. Producing some captive bred animals with that. And so you haven't produced those yet, the mountain horn lizards?
Uh, Not really. We did end up with one clutch, with one baby from one clutch, and I have a couple of eggs incubating right now, so my fingers are crossed. But
Yeah.
the incubation process is like 8 months, 9 months, so
Yeah.
it's a long one, and it's kind of you gotta you got to keep away from them, not mess with them too much, and it's really hard to do that because you want to keep checking on them. But
Yeah.
hopefully,
Yeah.
fingers are crossed, man. Yeah, and also I know you said you don't remember his Instagram name, but if you could connect me with um his name afterwards, I'd love to chat with him about those Hydrosaurus.
Yeah, I'll try to find it right now, but they that's the thing with lizards, man, is the incubation process is quite a bit longer than, snakes per se. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
bred panther chameleons and I incubated mine for a whole year. They literally
yeah,
hatched 365 days later, and
yeah.
and that was gnarly, man.
Well, it's also
And
the whole like heat aspect, right? Most snakes will come from warmer places and incubate their eggs at warmer temperatures, whereas like the mountain horn dragons, the areas they're in like cloud forests where the substrate is and I'm sorry for the Americans, I'm going to say this in Celsius because I can't remember the Fahrenheit off the top of my head, but like they're the eggs are sitting at 18, 19 degrees Celsius, which is low in comparison to what you would incubate a snake at, or even like the collared
yeah,
lizards or the stenodactylus. Those eggs hatch in like 60 days, just because they're incubating at a much warmer temperature than what the mountain horn dragon eggs
I
or the panther chameleon eggs would be incubating at.
I knew it was him, and I didn't want to like misquote it, but his name's Alex Agamids, Alex
I am
Myers.
following him.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
Alex Agamids. He's been on Trap Talk. He's sometimes co-hosts with Stephen Cush on Cush's
Cool.
Corner on Wednesdays, which is live tonight. You guys, make sure you guys go check out Cush's Corner. It's packed full of knowledge as well.
Nice.
And yeah, man, lizards they're a whole different ball game. Incubation is a lot longer, and all that jazz. And yeah, I did room temperature for my chameleons. Um, he said that they incubate mountain horn lizard in the 60s.
Well,
Is
yeah,
what
I think
Big Homie
Greg's
says.
yeah, I think he's converted the Celsius to Fahrenheit for me. Yeah, so I
Yeah,
think 60s is probably around where where they incubate at. Yeah.
that's what's up, man. And
Cold.
then we'll just start with the boas, man. We'll get into your snake keeping side of things. You
Yeah,
got
let's do
rainbow
it.
boas and
Yeah.
some other boas. And what are your boa projects looking like?
Yeah, so I'm relatively new to the snake game in general. So I don't know if I would call most of them projects yet. It's mostly kind of just buying the species that I think are cool, and I didn't really know much about morphs and all that kind of stuff yet. So I don't really have anything going on. But I will say, and you're getting an exclusive here because I haven't even announced this on Instagram yet.
Let's go.
I have some leopard boas, which are essentially like dwarf. They're an island locale of BCI, and then leopard is the morph, which I again when I bought them,
Okay.
I'm just like, oh, pretty snakes. I didn't
I
realize
think
that
I've
that was
heard
a
of
morph or
those.
whatever.
I watch the homie Dave, on Trap Talk.
Yeah.
Um, he talks about leopard boas a lot,
Okay.
and
Another person you need to connect me with.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What's on? What's up? Yeah.
But yeah,
Um.
so the leopard. How many leopard boas do you have?
So I have a pair. And I tried to pair them late last year and got nothing. And then it's funny because with snakes, and I'm experiencing this with several species right now. You'll hear all these like, if it sheds, it's not gravid, or I guess since it's live birth pregnant or whatever. If it eats, it's not. If it's not soaking all the time, then it's not. And you hear all these things, so you start to like judge and assess what's really happening. Is the snake gravid, pregnant, whatever? Is she not? So anyway, I expected babies in like May, got nothing. Then expected babies in like July, got nothing. So eventually, I'm like, okay, this is not happening this year. Moved on, but like I don't even know how long it's been. Like now, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. I came home to five little babies, so I've produced my first snakes officially, kind of.
Of boas?
Yeah, so the leopard
Of
boas.
a leopard boas? Oh man,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
I'm gonna
So
look up the leopard boas right now. I haven't seen a whole lot of that.
yeah,
But Dave
yeah.
Levinson, you know Dave Levinson. He has the Dave Levinson
Yeah,
Reptile podcast with MJ.
right.
Um,
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I'm familiar with the name for sure. I don't know if we're connected online. I'll have to see after this.
yeah, he
Um,
mentions he's kind of low key on social media. He's pretty old school, but he's a really nice guy. And yeah, check out Dave Levinson, and also Vin Russo. My prayers go out to Vin Russo. He was a big boa, one. if not like one of the best boa breeders out there. And my prayers go up for him and his situation he's going through. He had a fire at his breeding facility, and
That's the worst.
unfortunately he's got to and he was known for keeping pure localities, and he was known for also like only selling in pairs, so that way he could keep his bloodline pure. He wouldn't sell individual animals. He would pretty much, what I understand, he would only sell animals in pairs from the same locality to make sure that the bloodline, animals didn't get outcrossed and things like that. And that might actually have been a good move for him. I mean, of course it was a good move, because now there's a better chance of those animals being out there and still being pure, and
The lion's coming
you
back
know
to him. Yeah.
the line being kept alive. And yeah, I'm gonna share these. Wow, these leopard boas are amazing, man. I'm gonna share these leopard boas right here.
They're
And
they're they're cool, man. I think I don't want to say stuff that I don't know, but I think there's something like a hypo salmon mix something, and then they mix it with something else to get these lines. But yeah, the male looks like that, and then the female is more red
wow,
stuff on the bottom. So
those are amazing, man. Leopard
they're cool,
boas.
man.
So
Yeah,
is
I wonder
that
if I can.
that's a type of like BCI, or this is like a
Yes.
a dwarf boa, like a Hog Island boa type thing, or
So don't quote me on this, but I think it's the Sonoran Island locale. And I think the island locales are in general smaller in size because the adults are. I mean, maybe they're not done growing, but I was told they're pretty much adult size when I got them. I got them as an adult pair, and they're five something. Like they're not giant, and yeah,
those are
I don't.
beautiful, man.
They're gorgeous. Yeah, yeah. And the babies came out so nice too. So for a first touch, and again, I don't know much about morphs and stuff, but like some of them are striped, some of them have like almost banding, and some are more red, some are more black. So they're cool. That's kind of what the babies look like now. That last picture you just pulled up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm super happy with them, and they've all eaten their first meal. I've already gotten 3 of the 5 to switch off lives onto frozen, which is awesome. It just makes it a little bit easier. I would love one that's red. Maybe
Yeah,
further down the line,
they
up
kind
there,
of
there's
remind me of
one
a
red
Hog
one.
Island boa a
Yeah,
little bit.
I think uh, I don't like you say I don't know much about boas. People like definitely learn from somebody, not me. But I think the Hog Islands tend to be a little more of a creamy, yellowy, whiter color than these guys. But yeah, they I mean they're all boas. They're all to a certain extent BCIs, right? So they all have kind of the same head shape, the same body
Actually,
structure.
this is a picture from Vin Russo here. So
Oh, there we go.
he specialized. This is a cutting edge herp on Instagram. Vin Russo.
Cool.
This is one of his animals that he sold apparently,
All
and
right, looking him up right now.
one is, this is a Sonora leopard, and then the second one is a Sonora salmon hypo, I guess leopard boa. And
Oh man,
yeah, Vin
these are
Russo.
some gorgeous snakes.
Yeah, Vin Russo is an OG. I think he wrote the book, The More Complete Boa,
Okay, cool.
and yeah, he was selling his books at Tinley this this past Tinley in October. He attended with his apprentice Kenny Richichi of Island Morelia.
Cool.
Vin Russo was in the Chondro game as well, and and so
That's
was
awesome.
Kenny.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, yeah. That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. What's up? What's up? What's up, man? That's the homie Keith right there.
Yeah, the boys are
Appreciate the
here.
homie. Yeah, appreciate all the
Yeah.
homies tapping. A lot of new faces in the chat, man. If you
Yeah.
guys like the show, want to subscribe, bro, I really appreciate that. But this is a dope reptile podcast that we can all learn. And yeah, man, boas are. I love boas, man. I have a few boa species. I have Dumerals boas, one pair. I got Solomon Island tree boas, one pair.
Nice.
I have Halmahera ground boas, one pair, and Emerald tree boas, one pair. one pair of
Nice.
each of the boa species that I have, and they're all doing great. I love my boas. They're really strong animals. I have a lot of respect for boas, and they're beautiful. They're chill. There's some mean boas out there I see, but all my boas are chill.
My
But
my some of mine are definitely not chill.
yeah, yeah, you see some like more with like the BCI and the BCC boas.
Yeah,
They could be a little more, you know, aggressive or food responsive. That's a word I always like to say. The animals are the animals, man. I don't really like to say they're aggressive or snappy or bitey. It's all about how
agreed,
you approach them, how you work with them. They're
agreed.
scared of you and all that. So I got respect for the animals and the way I talk about them.
Yeah,
And we wouldn't be here today without them, man. And that's
hundred
so
percent.
cool. You produce some leopard boas, man, and so you got some rainbow boas as well.
Yeah,
And
not old enough to pair yet, but I have a pair.
you have a pair, okay?
I have a pair. The male is ready to go. Like he's old enough to breed. The females, I think maybe another 2 years. Fingers crossed. We'll see, but I'm not gonna push it or try to pair them too early. But yeah, I've got a pair of them as well, and super excited. But they're awesome, man.
Yeah,
I was told by a lot of people before I got them that they were very hard snakes to keep, and that I'd struggle with getting them to shed properly and all that. But they've been smooth sailing from day one. They shed great. They shed great. They eat great. They're actually not like they're not even cage defensive. Like they're super chill. I can pull them right out, hang out with them, no problem. So yeah, man,
yeah,
rainbows are cool. Yeah,
yeah. That was one of my favorite species. Like getting into things, getting into snake keeping, and the rainbow boas just catch your eye right away. Like
yeah, they do.
really, really beautiful species. So
Yeah.
who did you acquire your boas from? Like your leopard boas? Where did you pick those up at?
So I picked them up from a breeder in. Sorry, somebody picked them up from the breeder in Mississauga, so here in Canada. And then I guess kept them for 3 4 years and decided they didn't want them and listed them online. And I saw an adult pair for a crazy price.
Yeah.
And so
And
I grabbed them
online on
immediately.
Morph Market, or what is the Craigslist out there is like Kijiji or something, or
Kijiji, yeah, exactly.
is that
That's where I
that's where
found
you
them.
go?
Kijiji,
Okay.
yes, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
We morph people in Canada use Morph Market. I just don't think as frequently as people in the US are. Yeah, I don't. I
Shout out
think it
Morph Market.
hasn't. I think, yeah, shout out Morph Market. It's awesome, but I think the most of the breeders on there are American, so Canadians have to deal with the whole like shipping it over,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
But that being
shipping.
said, there is still a bunch of people that use it, and a bunch of Canadians that are uploading animals on there as well, and it's only going to grow from here for sure.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest inspirations was Billy from Mutation Creation. He
Yeah,
he really put out some cool content, and was really good with working from people from the United States as well.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, Billy's awesome, man. We see
got a
him at
question and
every one
shit.
of our shows here in Canada. Curious, well, yeah,
He's
that's a
cool.
question for you, man.
Stented. I've never even heard of it. I don't even.
They're
So I
the
gotta like search it.
dwarf
Um,
sand geckos. The dune geckos is the common name. They have so many common names. Elegant finger geckos, dune geckos.
I'm gonna look
Um,
up dune geckos and I'll show
yeah,
everyone. I see
yeah.
right here.
They're
There's
awesome.
giant dune geckos. I'm just gonna pull it up right here. But
Yeah, I
yeah, I
don't
mean,
think
I
they'd be
love all
comparing.
geckos, man. I love leopard geckos and I love all geckos. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not
Okay,
a what
so
these eat insects.
yes, yeah, insectivores. Yeah, they'll eat small crickets. They'll eat small worms, whatever. So yeah, so you're looking at a couple of different species here. Um, there's a mix of them in there.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
which we're looking for the elegant
Well, so
or
I think the common names get thrown around for all of them. I think most of the time when they're coming in, I don't think the people selling them really know the difference between the species and are just kind of looping them together and selling them together as all as under the same common name. But there's quite a few species in captivity. There's Stenodactylus stenodactylus, Stenodactylus dorae, Stenodactylus petrii. You passed by up there as well Trigonodactylus species that used to be a Stenodactylus species. That's also available in captivity, and they glow under a blue light. They're just awesome. Yeah, those are them. So those are the ones I was talking about earlier. They're dwarf sand geckos. I guess they are considered dwarf, but they're not as small as some of those Spherodactylus or some of those. Yeah, you there you go. Yeah, they're cool, man. So these guys used
That's
to be a
badass,
Stenodactylus
bro.
species. They're not anymore. They're now considered a Trigonodactylus. They've been reclassified. Or I guess some of those showing here are actually Pachydactylus. They're showing multiple species, but yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, so these are kind of like a micro gecko, you would say?
Yeah, like some of the species get to like 4-ish inches, but there's definitely some that stay like 2-3 inches. Yeah, I guess it depends on under what size we're classifying dwarf.
Yeah. I mean, like anything smaller than like a leopard gecko,
Oh yeah, they're
I
all
don't know.
smaller than leopard
It's like,
geckos.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
all of
mean,
them. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, because you go to the shows and you see some of these micro geckos, and man, they are
They're cool, man.
small,
Gives you,
bro. I'm
yeah,
just
but it
like,
gives you an opportunity to have more in a small space, right?
yeah, yeah, man. And then you got to have more pinhead crickets on deck, and fucking, it's
Funny
yeah,
enough,
man.
some of these smaller sized geckos actually eat pretty big crickets for their
Oh,
size.
okay.
And ignore like, sometimes I'll throw in like fruit flies or pinhead crickets and they ignore it. And, there's
Yeah.
that one or two larger size cricket that end up in there and that's what they go for first.
Okay.
I don't know why, but yeah, they'll eat decently sized crickets.
And your rainbow bows, who did you pick up those up from?
Sorry, I muted myself to pour a drink. So I picked up the female from a vendor here at one of the expos. The booth's name was the Vivarium, and then
All right.
the male was just a friend looking to rehome. And I was like, well, I have a female,
All right.
might as well, yeah.
Yeah, go, man.
So we end up, but like I said, I'm still a couple of years out from pairing those.
Yeah.
Um,
And why would people remind me why people say that they're hard to keep? Is it the humidity thing? You know, they need
yeah,
high humidity.
high humidity.
So,
I was told that, like, especially when I bought the female, it was baby female. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I guess that's exactly the where I got my rainbow, the female rainbow. But yeah, when I got it, it was super tiny, and I was told like if it's not 100% humidity all the time, they'll dry out super fast. They'll get respiratory infections from going too dry. Not that I'm keeping a water bowl empty, but apparently if it's empty for like 30 seconds, this animal is gonna die. Which none of those things. I mean, they definitely needed high humidity, and I kept it basically in a sealed tub, so it was basically sitting at 100% humidity all the time. But I don't think they're as hardy as people. Sorry, I don't think they're as delicate as people think. I think they're hardier than people give them credit
yeah,
for. I was also told that all rainbow boas are super nippy and bite all the time, but I've only granted my experiences just two of them, but I have not experienced that at all. Like mine are both super sweet.
that's what's up, man. And you feel like rainbow boas get kind of smaller than like a BCI, or they're kind of similar in size? I've
They're not as thick.
not as like
I guess they're not as long as well, depending on what BCI you have.
yeah.
Um, but in general, they're not as thick as adults. Because some of these BCIs are getting pretty big. So yeah, they're smaller, easier to handle, I think,
There's
and that iridescence is awesome.
I'm gonna pull up some more example, but you see there's some crazy rainbow boas, man. You see like
Dude,
a
I
really
saw a
red.
picture. Yeah, I saw a picture of a pied rainbow boa at
Oh,
Tinley.
no way.
I'd never seen anything like that before.
I'm gonna look that up right now too. But yeah,
Yeah,
there's some like super red ones right here, like some
yeah.
like
Mine
a
more kind of lean towards the orange end. but I would love a
Yeah.
red one like that. Red snakes are just awesome.
Yeah, yeah, red snakes are fucking dope, man. So,
Yeah.
um, that
Yeah, there you go. The one I saw was like almost completely white. It had some speckling on it, but it took me to, like a second to even like I was told this is a rainbow boa, and I still was like, no, it's not.
yeah. Yeah, I've never heard of a pied rainbow boa.
Yeah, well, I guess there's some pictures of them right here.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up, Fadi. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
These
for
are dope.
sure.
These are cool.
Yeah,
It's really pretty, man. Looks like a yellow, orange dream, yellow belly pied ball python, almost or something. But
yeah.
way doper.
Snakes are cool, man.
Yeah. Freaking
Like,
snakes, bro.
we all gravitate towards specific species, but really when you just take a step back and just pull up a picture of any snake, I think we're both gonna be like just drooling over it, being like, damn, snakes are so cool. Like that's just the bottom line of it, and all snakes are so cool. Yeah, Tom, I have been to the B series pet shop. It's very heavily reptile, but it's a pet shop in downtown Toronto, and he recently
Okay,
produced a
you're in
clutch of.
Toronto? That's
I'm not in Toronto. I'm about 4 hours and a half away from Toronto.
where are
Um,
you at?
so I live in a city called Ottawa. It's the capital.
Okay.
So it's in the province Ontario. Ottawa. So we're
Is that like the West
yeah
Coast or oh no,
East Coast.
Ontario's on the East Coast, yeah.
East Coast.
Ontario's
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. Josh doesn't have any. He has a bunch of baby boas right now, and none of them.
So you're
They're
over
all
there
super sweet.
by Billy, huh? Or by Mutation Creation kind of?
So Billy's about an hour. I don't know exactly his location of
Yeah.
his facility or whatever, but he's about an hour from Toronto in the other direction. So he's about 5 hours from me. But
Oh,
that's also where all the big reptile expos happen. So we're all meeting in the same area all the time
is he
for
more
those.
east of you?
He is. There's too many Canadians in the chat for me to make a mistake doing this, so I'm gonna look it up. No, he's not more east than me. He's
You're east of
I don't
him?
even want to
You're
confirm
more
this.
east?
I think someone in the chat correct me. I think we're east of him, but
You're
not by
in like
much.
Niagara Falls. You're like
No, no, not even. Here, do you want to pull up a map of Canada? We can. That might just be easier
not
for the
really,
both
bro.
of us.
Fuck. Yeah, I will, bro. Let's pull up that
Canada's
map
taking
of
over.
Canada,
Canada's
man.
taking over this
Never
podcast,
thought
man.
never thought I'd be Googling a map of Canada, bro.
On a reptile
This
podcast,
is
right?
insane.
You're just asking me these questions, and
This
I'm
is
like, oh no, I
insane,
can't
man.
make this mistake right now.
This is insane, bro.
There you go. So zoom
Uh,
right in. That's Ontario
yeah.
right there.
Let me try to zoom in.
There we go. Look, more Canadians in the chat.
So Ontario, yeah. So
There's Ontario. So we're both Toronto and Ottawa are in Ontario.
okay. Oh shoot. So
And then if you go further, if you go more right,
like
no, the other way.
this.
Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, a little bit more.
there's
Now
Sudbury.
now that you've zoomed in a lot more, keep going.
Okay.
There you go. There's in the
Oh,
corner. There's
Ottawa.
yeah.
And then where's Toronto?
So the other way. You got to go
Okay.
back from where
So
you
that's
were.
where you're at.
That's where I'm at.
So that's where you're at. Ottawa, right here. There's
Yeah.
New York. You are close to Niagara Falls, kind of.
Yeah,
There's
but they're
Syracuse,
closer on the other side. So you see where Buffalo is down there?
Buffalo, yeah.
Yeah, so that's where Niagara Falls is. And
Okay.
that's Toronto if you zoom in right there. No, on further down.
Oh,
There's
this is still
Mississauga.
Canada.
That's
Shit.
Toronto. They're
Yeah,
right there.
that's Canada right there. Wow,
Yes, sir.
that's close to. So there's
See,
like
so
the
it's
Canadian border. Oh, there's
right
Niagara
there. Yeah.
Falls is right there.
Yeah.
So we're getting some geology,
See? Geography.
geography.
I mean, we could talk about
Cooked.
rocks too. I'm down.
Yeah, I'm cooked, bro.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, man. All right, so there's Niagara Falls. and then Toronto's right there. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Canada and the geography of Canada.
You'll have to come up and
Um,
visit, bro.
yeah, yeah, man. I know the homie Jason Binob. He's on the west coast of
He's on
Canada
the West
somewhere.
Coast. Yeah, he's in
And-
Vancouver.
oh,
Right
he's in
there.
Vancouver. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I don't know where exactly. He's in British Columbia, I think somewhere around Vancouver.
yeah.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
He's a cool dude. Jason is awesome.
These guys.
See, you got a bunch of Canadians in the chat, bro.
These guys. Shout out to the Canadians, bro. Canadian stream takeover, man. That's so cool, man. You got
There
a
you
good
go.
following, bro. People respect you, man. That's so dope. Like,
Thank you, man. Yeah, no, I appreciate everyone that came out, bro. It's
happy to have you
yeah,
on the West Coast, man, and
yeah,
get your name out there.
for sure. You know what's
Uh,
funny? I was
yeah,
saying this earlier. We're recording a Canada and LA podcast right now. And I don't know if you watch. I don't watch baseball personally, but right now the big thing in Canada that's happening is Toronto versus LA for the World
yeah,
Series.
okay,
So
yeah,
we timed this pretty well.
yeah, for sure, man. You're right about that. That is true, man. We got
Oh,
a
there you
now
go.
we
You
got a
got some
West
more
Coast
West
supporter.
Coasters in. Yeah,
Yeah, now we got the big
yeah.
homie long hair Nate. Appreciate you tapping in, man. Hope you're having a good night, Nate. Um, yeah, man, appreciate everyone tapping in, bro. It means a lot, man. Smash the like. Like I said, this is just for all you guys, bro. Entertainment, education, and all that. So back to the reptiles, bro.
Yes.
You got your boas, you got your rainbow boas. Next, let's start with the carpet pythons, bro. What kind of
Yeah.
like subspecies you got, and
Um.
what's your numbers looking like on the carpet python side? How long you been
Yeah.
keeping those?
So I've been keeping those longer than any other snake. So actually, my only snake during keeping the lizards was one carpet python before I started getting all the other ones. I don't have many yet. I'm taking it very slow. They're all jungles or jungle mixes because I have some that have one that has hypo in it and one that has albino in it, and I think those again I'm still kind of learning the genetics and the morphs and stuff, but I think those the lines come from the coastal carpets, not the jungles. So they're those two are definitely mixed. But the original one that I got from Dom's Reptiles actually here in Ottawa. So Dominic
I feel like I've
Carbonet,
heard
I
that
think he's
name.
he a big time
Yeah.
carpet breeder. He's kind of getting into chondros now, I think as well. So yeah, I must have bought my jungle from him 5 years ago now, maybe my first one, maybe six. Um, that's crazy. That's crazy saying even because I didn't even realize it was that long. And so yeah, now so he is a male. I'm raising out two females to hopefully pair him with soon enough. But uh, carpets are awesome, man. Carpets are kind of what got me down the road of like wanting to start keeping snakes and wanting to, um, you know, they were kind of the push to start listening to uh Morelia radios
Yeah.
and Morelia content and all that, which kind of led me down to green tree pythons eventually as well.
Yeah, carpets are sick, bro. So how
Carpets
many
are
do you
awesome.
have? You have a pair
I have
or
just three.
you have three?
Yeah, and not a proper pair. I have an adult male and two females I'm raising still.
All right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
So
That's
that's
good,
those are
man.
projects I'm very excited for that I don't want to grow my snakes fast, but if they would just, do it on their own and just grow a little faster, I would I would not
Yeah.
complain.
And I know carpets can be a little flighty sometimes. How's the temperament on your carpets?
It's the same thing I heard from a lot of people before I kept them at like they're nippy, they're cage defensive, they're just hungry, man.
Yeah.
that's
Carpets
that's that's
eat,
all it
man.
is. Yeah, they
Carpets are
just want to eat
tanks.
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all three of mine have great temperaments. Getting two of them out of the enclosure is a bit of like a battle, but once they don't see the tongs and don't smell the rats, like it takes like 30 seconds and they're like, okay, I'm not getting fed, I'm good, like
Yeah.
pull me out. So yeah, no, they're awesome. Like probably, I'm loving the chondros right now. They're the new obsession, like obsessing over them hard, but carpet pythons are probably still my favorite
Yeah. We'll get
snake.
to the chondros, bro.
Yeah,
We're getting
yeah.
to the chondros, dude. So
Yeah, I'm sure we are.
we're gonna talk. Yeah, man,
Yeah.
carpets are sick though, bro. Like, there's some nice carpets out there. Like myself personally, I'm not like like I like the Gamma line. I guess those are jungle, like a Gamma line of a jungle. Like,
Okay.
is that what the Gamma? You know, are you familiar
I'm
with the Gamma
I'm
line?
not actually familiar with Gamma Line. Maybe if
It's
I
like
used to see it. Uh,
don't quote me. You know, yeah, I'll Google some Gamma
yeah.
line
There
right
you go.
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I believe
Exactly.
they're
Yeah.
they're a line of they're a morph of the jungle carpets. But there's the Bredli. There's so many species of carpet pythons.
Yes.
The
Yes.
Brettles, uh, man. I mean,
Brettles are
the
super
list.
cool.
Yeah, the list goes on.
It's funny. I was offered a
Yeah,
pair of Brettles like 3 hours ago. And I was like,
yeah.
nope.
I like how red the Brettles are,
Yeah.
and yeah, carpets are just tanks, man. There's a lot of variety out there.
They're so
There's the
cool.
the zebra carpets, the ivories. I don't even
Yeah.
know, or if those are just morphs. Or
Yeah.
those
I
are
think they are.
coastal carpets. They're just morph of a
They're more.
coastal.
Yes.
Don't quote me. Not. Um,
Yeah. There's Xanthic. There's tigers. There's all sorts of cool stuff.
so
Yeah.
this is the gamma.
Is
The
it just the
gamma
high yellow?
DJJ is a gamma DJJ is
Oh,
diamond.
Diamond
Is that
Jungle
diamond jungle
Jaguar.
jag?
It's down there. Diamond Jungle Jag. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
No, I haven't heard of that.
I've kind of heard some things about the jaguar
It's
thing,
I was yeah, I
but
have
the
as well. I
gammas, yeah, the gammas go hard. Like when I think of a gamma, it's like this right here, and I've seen some. There's some breeders on the West Coast that have they were vending some nice gamma, and the weird thing is they had some babies. They have the adults at the show, and they're NFS, not for sale, but they have the babies, and this is kind of what the babies look like. Is they're
oh,
not as
interesting.
bright, like they kind of
Not as bright yellow.
OCC. Yeah, and I have a pair of diamonds as well, produced by Buddy Buscemi, pure diamonds. And
That's awesome.
you see that even the diamonds go through like an OCC. They're pretty dark at first, and then they start to color up. Like right
Lighten
here's
up,
a
get the
there's
pattern.
there's a
Yeah,
pure
yeah.
diamond too. But as their scales start to get bigger, they start to gain some like yellow throughout their scales,
Interesting.
and they kind of gain some white or gain some yellow as to like opposed to like all black. Um, but yeah, this is like a I think a jungle mixed with a diamond. This looks like a pretty nice diamond, but it
It's
seems
a
to be a
gorgeous
mix.
snake.
Yeah, and yeah,
Yeah, diamonds are in the hit list as well. One day when I have
yeah,
more space and less animals, I will get a pair of diamonds. I don't really see them much up here in Canada.
yeah. They are
That's one
they're
thing.
hard to come
That's
by.
even or sorry, are they as hard to come by in the US as well, or are you asking?
Yeah, I think there only might be a couple on Morph Market from Buddy Buscemi. He's been really killing it with the diamond python breeding as far as the United States goes. There's not many people, and
Yeah.
especially the thing is they have to be. If you're looking to get a diamond, it should be a purebred. In my opinion, I like, what.
You like the pure stuff.
So,
Yeah. Yeah,
because
for sure.
it's just, yeah, man. And it could get misleading with the diamonds, but you could tell like right away if something is crossed with, because that's the thing with carpet pythons. I've heard a lot is the crossbreeding between subspecies, and they're kind of just like losing the
Muddy the
pure.
locales.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's just muddying the waters in the carpets, and that's what people are trying to avoid with the green tree pythons. Even and that's why the whole designer thing gets, the hybrid designer thing,
Yeah.
because they're like, dude, you guys just want it to end up like carpets. Look what
Yeah.
happened to carpets. You kind of hear that saying a little bit,
Yeah,
but yeah,
especially because
man,
there's a lot of locales or species that you can't bring any new fresh blood in.
yeah,
So once all the lines are muddied, that's it, right?
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, man, carpets are sick, dude.
Carpets are cool,
Carpets
man.
are dope,
Yeah,
man. Carpets are cool.
yeah.
I love my carpets. They're just tanks, man. They're tanks and a fun species, like pretty hardy. Like I guess you don't have to worry about like stuck sheds as bad as you would maybe in
Never
other
had to worry about it.
species.
Yeah,
Yeah. Even
yeah.
though I
Never had
still,
to worry
you
about
know, I still make sure everything has a good shed, but the I hear the carpets are a little better with shedding,
it.
things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, and if you
Um,
give them the like the structure, like they, if you give them branches to perch on, branches to climb on, they almost act like chondros, man. Like
yeah,
my carpets never are in a height curled up; they're almost always like lounging, perched like a chondro, or just spread out on one of the
yeah,
branches, or they're
yeah. They're
active,
all
they're
over the
out, they're
place.
yeah, they're cool,
They're all
man.
over the place, man. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
yeah. I keep them in arboreal setups for sure. My diamonds
y- definitely, yeah,
and
yeah.
get to enjoy them. One of my favorite species for sure, man. Just because I like diamonds, like diamonds in general. Going back to geology,
Oh
just
yeah,
like
yeah. There you go. Now we're
just
talking
like
about now we're
diamonds.
talking about geology. Yeah.
And the male diamond that I have, he's got like a really nice dorsal pattern, diamond like dorsal
That's awesome.
pattern, and I'm happy that he's the male with that. And like you want that strong banger male. So I,
For sure.
they could be kind of polymorphic about there could be a holdback or one has really clean diamonds, one's not so clean, and I got a really clean male, and I'm stoked, man. Buddy Buscemi, he's one of the best breeders. Uh, I think, in my opinion, man, he's a top notch breeder, and he's over there. I think he's in Maryland, not too far from you.
Cool. Yeah.
But yeah, he's a
I'll
good
have
dude.
to. You're hitting me with a lot of new names today. I'm gonna have to look some of these people up. I don't know if I'm familiar.
Yeah, there's also Tony Hurt too. I had him on the show a while back talking about diamonds and carpets, the whole
Cool.
show. Have you heard of Tony Hurt
No, I
from?
haven't.
I think it's Blue Mountain Pythons. He's out of Texas.
Oh yeah, then
And
I have. I that it's
yeah,
funny. I know a lot of people by their IG handle, not
yeah.
their
He's pretty low
actual.
key too. His IG handle's like Tony Hurt. I don't know if I follow Blue Mountain.
Oh
I don't know if he's on Blue Mountain Pythons
no, I
on IG.
follow. I just looked up. It's not who I thought of.
Yeah,
Uh, just a blue python something, but not him, I guess, because this person is not
yeah.
keeping diamond, or it's not posting diamonds at least.
Um, the homie Jason hit me up. He said you're a great dude. He said
Binab,
you're a great dude, bro. Yeah,
nice
Benab.
respect. Yeah, man, he's
Benab,
he's
bro.
he's a he's an awesome person as well. He's
Said you're a great dude.
he came on my pod. We talked Chondros, and I've been going
All
back and
right.
forth with him as well, and very very good dude as well. Yeah, yeah. Um, we need more of him for sure in the hobby in general. I was gonna say in the Canadian hobby, but there's a lot of great people in the Canadian hobby, but just in the hobby in general, um, more people like him,
Yeah,
and Keith, Handy Exotics, and all the people in the chat for sure. But like
yeah,
just
man.
people that are wanting to get out there and help people, and
Like
you
really
know,
supportive. Yeah, really supportive,
yeah,
and
yeah, it's awesome.
Jason's super cool guy, and you could tell he's really passionate, and he's got a good eye too, man. He's got a great eye,
Yeah, he
and he's
understands the
got
whole. I don't. I haven't learned the whole like designer. I'm still kind of
yeah,
working on identifying these things, but he's bringing in some cool stuff. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, man. You could really level up if you got it there, man. Like if if you're ready, you're fucking ready, man, and it's time to go, bro. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's time to go, man. And yeah, but Tony Hurt from Blue Mountain Pythons, whatever
Right. Yeah.
name he goes by. He was, he does Carpet Fest down there in Texas, and
Cool.
they do Carpet Fest, and he has some really nice carpet pythons, man. He specialized, like, don't quote me. I apologize, Tony. He specialized in like a lot of hybrid carpet pythons, like ivory zebra, um, diamond ivory zebras, a lot of like diamond crosses and zebra crosses, and they look really unique, man. It's like the look you can get from these animals is it varies a lot. And a lot of like black and white snakes, or like mostly white with a little bit of black, and he's got some
That's the cool
unique
part.
stuff. His name's
Yeah,
Tony Hurt, like Tony Hurt 31 on Instagram or something like that. Check him out.
cool. Yeah, I definitely
And
will, man. Appreciate you throwing all these names at me.
yeah, man, we'll just jump into what everyone's been waiting for, dude. No
Yeah,
further
hit me,
ados, man.
hit
Dude,
me.
green tree pythons, bro. When'd you get your first green tree python? Who'd you get it from?
So I got it a year ago, so September 2024. I picked it up from I don't want to get this name wrong, so I got it from Canadian Mouseman, but it was produced by um Dave. I think the Instagram account is Atlantic. There it is, Atlantic Herpetological. Dave Grandy. Um, so yeah, there we go. Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Okay.
So he produced the first one I got. I picked it up from Canadian Mouseman a year ago, and man, it's awesome. I think it's and maybe Handy Exotics can help me out here a little bit as well with the cross, but I think it's a Jaya Aru cross.
Okay.
It still hasn't gone through OCC. It's been a year. It's still super yellow. I've kind of noticed the reds on it are turning a little more like on the bluer grayish side, which is cool to see that something started. But I've also been told that like not to worry if it doesn't start changing so far. Um, and yeah, so that was
Yeah.
the first one. Had it for a year.
Thanks
Peace
for
down. See you
tapping in,
later.
Tom. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Um, yeah, dude's got multiple
Let us
giant tanks to take care of.
Yeah, let us know what kind of fish you're working. I try to get into like freshwater fish breeding. Like I followed Corey from Aquarium Co-op.
Aquarium call. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that guy, and Dean, the master breeder.
For sure.
Dean.
For sure.
Yeah.
I've used a lot of his methods. Yeah, I used to breed freshwater fish as well. And I've used a lot of
Yeah.
Dean's methods at home. They really work. But
Man.
yeah, no, Tom takes care of the I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not, but I'm going to anyway. Tom takes care of the tanks at Bass Pro. So those uh, giant display tanks at the
Okay.
store, he takes care of them. So I guess he's doing a run tomorrow to the couple of
Yeah.
Bass Pros that he
They got
cares
some of
for.
those
But
in Canada?
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
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 Same. I think they. I think they bought out a company called Cabela's or something like that. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we have Bass Pro up here for sure. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say I
Canada.
was gonna go for more information, but I'm
That's all
not
you
even
guys
gonna
do is
try. I
fish
got no
out there and
information.
shit, huh?
Basically,
Just
yeah, exactly.
fish and
Not
hunt.
where I am.
Yeah.
There's not great fishing here, but there's
Get to
there's a lot of
go
fishing,
ice
a lot of
fishing.
hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you could stay warm, ice fishing's fun, man. It's just
Yeah,
tough
man.
dealing with the cold, but
Yeah.
yeah, man, Chondros are cool. I only had that one.
Yeah,
I got it
chondros, man.
September 2024, and so it's been basically just over a year. And then I just got like I don't even like a week ago. Um, uh, um, Northern Lights Reptile imports did a import of animals and from Indonesia, and chondros were on captive bred chondros from Indonesia, from bred by I think the company's called Prestasi or something. Um, so I picked up
Mm.
four Biox. Two of them have started going through OCC, so they've got the green speckling on them now. And the other two are still like
Yeah.
yellow neos, and man, they're
Yeah,
so
there were
cool.
some
So
bangers. Yeah, you had some bangers, man. I had them. I'll pull up the thumbnail, and
yeah, if you
there's a
yeah,
couple of bangers.
okay,
Yeah,
cool,
those
yeah,
are
there we
fire,
go,
bro.
yeah, yeah. I was
Yeah,
gonna say
those
that's funny. Okay, just say those snakes look familiar.
are those both Beox or
So yeah, so the four that came in are all Biox.
yeah. I
Um,
think I pulled these pictures. I think from the single post you did that just
Okay,
came
cool.
in.
Yeah. Saying even the perch looks familiar. I was like, that makes sense. Okay. They're gorgeous, man. Three of the four have already eaten. Um, they're perching that in a way that makes me comfortable that they seem like they're doing well. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't have too much to add on like the new imports because it's only been like 4 days, but
yeah,
everything's been
man.
great so far, and I'm
So
very happy to have them.
like one thing I was told by a good homie, like when you get a new import, is to like soak it right away. Like the first thing you do, like an emerald. A
Yeah.
chondro, you just want to soak it, like hydrate it right away. Like soak it as soon as you get it. Throw it in a soak. Do a quick inspection on it. Did you soak the animal at all?
I did. So I think I maybe soaked them for too long. I soaked each one of them for 4 hours. I did
Great.
the inspection on it. They all were super bitey, which I mean,
Yeah.
to me, a snake that size, like it's a good sign.
Yeah, that's a great sign.
That
Yeah.
they're they're feisty. They're ready to go. But yeah, I soaked all four before I
Thanks
put
for
them.
tapping in, Greg.
Peace,
Appreciate you,
Greg.
man.
Yeah.
Means a lot to me, guys. All the Canadians really
See,
means a
bro,
lot,
we got it.
buddy.
People pulling up. I love it. Yeah. Um, yeah. So yeah, I did all those things, and I'm quarantining them, in a completely different room than everyone else, and all my other snakes. And I checked them. There's no visual signs of any mites or anything like that, which is great. So yeah, and they don't look. I've gotten animals in before that you can immediately just look at them and say that's dehydrated.
Yeah.
They don't look dehydrated. They don't look like
No, they look healthy, man. They
they
look
look,
great.
yeah, exactly. I mean, to me, an untrained eye, I don't know chondros that well, but like in comparing them to my experience with other snakes and other animals that I've kept, they all look healthy to me. Yeah, there they are. You can see, I think you pulled the two that are actually already starting to. Yeah, you see, they both have the green speckles,
Yeah.
so they've started to go. And then the one I'm holding in the selfie is the um
Your Rude
it,
Jaya cross?
yeah, the original
Yeah.
one I had for a year. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
it's still super yellow, man. Has not
Yeah.
started the OCC process. Yeah.
I hope some of those Beox, I don't know what you're hoping for, but I hope they stay like some yellow for you. You see those really nice yellow Beox, like they're high yellow or, 50-50
Yeah.
yellow. Those are pretty dope, man. I like those. People get lucky with some really nice like high yellow Beox.
Yeah. I'm my fingers are crossed. I don't really, because I don't know the designers and the stuff like that. I'm just hoping for, healthy snakes, but I'm also hoping that I at least get a good pairing out of them. Like, um
Yeah, man.
if I end up with two males and three females, that would be awesome, or whatever it
Yeah, yeah.
is.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's kind of what I'm hoping for first, and then speaking to Keith a lot, who's kind of trying to explain the whole designer thing, and eventually maybe I'll get some more designers and pair them to that, and kind of start playing in that world. But for now, I'm just happy to have a really cool snake, and
Yeah.
hoping we can get at least one pair out of them. That would be, I've brought in animals before and ended up with like five males. So I'm just fingers
Yeah.
crossed that's not the situation, and I'll
Yeah.
be happy. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a group of chondros. I got like four chondros, and they were supposed to be all four females, and two of them turned out to be a male.
Okay.
And yeah, that was pretty gnarly. Um,
Were you
and
hoping
you,
for to end up with males?
no, I got them as they were supposed to be females. I got them as
Females. Okay.
sexed animals, and they were
Yeah.
two were mixed sexed, which
Yeah.
I hear happens a lot. One
Yeah.
one was like honestly a shot in the dark, but the other one was like a guaranteed thing, and then the dude just dipped out and got out of the hobby. This dude named West Coast Arboreals, Dan McMillan. Um, yeah, man, he just I don't know, did me dirty. Did me
Yeah.
dirty.
Yeah.
Like I said, bro. Like it's the Contra game's a tough place, man. The people ain't lying, bro. Like you come into this thinking, oh man, I'm gonna do so good, and I watched all these podcasts, and now I know what to avoid. Well, guess what, man? The odds are not
Not in your
in
favor.
your favor, bro. Like
Yeah.
anything,
Well,
um,
yeah. I
just
think it's the
expect
same
the
thing.
worst, bro. Don't get
Right.
your hopes up, man. And um, like Eugene Bassett says, the best way to kill a chondro is to breed it, and I learned that as well. And yeah,
Yeah.
man, I've dealt through pretty much every issue you could deal with, man. Prolapse, Nido, regurges, egg binding, fucking missexed animals. uncooperative males, you know, picky feeders. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I thankfully have not dealt with all of that yet. I'm sure at some point I will, deal with some of those issues, but I haven't dealt with any of that yet. But I have heard for quite a few people that prolapses are very common.
yeah,
I haven't heard that saying about the easiest way to kill a chondro is to breed it, but I have heard
yeah,
of many like horror stories of females dying egg bound or not making it, or I heard that some of them will be look fine, look fine, look fine, and one day they're just
yeah,
dead. And
yeah. The
so my
females
my
really
fingers are crossed.
they're kind of like chameleons. You know, I've kept chameleons in the past. I don't know if you've ever kept chameleons or bred
Ooh,
chameleons, but after
I've never
breeding a
messed with chameleons.
female chameleon, I mean, chameleons in general are really delicate animals. They, especially panther chameleons, they're very short lived. They have a lifespan of about 3 to 5 years
Right.
if you're lucky. And they are some of the animals that translate like best to the green tree python. I feel like, as far as the lizard species goes, obviously. But the female, when you breed a female chameleon, it really takes a lot out of them. It really just depletes them, and
Yeah.
it's tough to get them back. You got to really, and especially for a lizard, you got to feed it insects to get it back up. And, you don't really have the luxury of feeding rats and things like that. Whereas the green tree pythons are a little more hardy, but you just don't see like a lot of female, like successful female green tree pythons, that are very long lived, like especially designer female green tree
Mhm.
pythons. It's very rare. And the more time goes on, the more I see. I have some homies that say like there's no reason why anyone would sell a female green tree python. Like you just don't, it doesn't happen. You don't see it.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen. I've gotten lucky here and there. You can find some Craigslist scores, and but yeah, man, the females, it it's it's quite the topic. Female green tree pythons. It's quite a topic, and getting success from them. And yeah, man, I wish you the best with yours, bro. Like my best advice I
Thank
could
you.
give you
Yeah.
is like take it slow. Like don't overfeed. Don't don't rush too hard with the feeding. Take your time. And if they haven't, you know, taken a shit within like 3 feeds, like don't feed them until they shit. And
Right.
and you don't want them to get backed up. You want them to clean out like nice and easy, and hydrate them. Just hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Spray the shit out of them. Um, spray them directly. Like, it doesn't hurt. Spray them directly. Keep them nice and humid, and with some ventilation though, because that's the thing I'm big on. Is people talk a lot about humidity, but ventilation to me is very important as well because we all like
100%.
to breathe like nice fresh air, and I feel
Yeah.
like that's where the respiratory issues come in. Like, you don't want to keep something in a tub that's sealed shut. I'd rather have like humidity that evaporates and then I have to replenish it instead of just being humid forever and nonstop.
Yeah.
Let something spray 3 days later, spray it again 3 days later, type of thing. But yeah, I just go slow, man. Be patient. Don't overfeed them, and maybe
Don't let him
feed
get
them
backed up.
appropriately sized meals. Soak them every now and again. Don't be afraid to soak them, spray them, change that water frequently. Try to use filtered water. All right, do you breed your own rodents?
I do not breed my own rodents. I no intention of doing that anytime soon. Do
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, I breed my own rodents, man. I love it. It's
Yeah.
great. I
How
would never, yeah, I would never
I'm
not breed. I couldn't be here if I wasn't breeding my own rodents. I wouldn't be here right now. And
interesting.
yeah, man, I love
Yeah.
the breeding rodents. So I run about right now. I'm down to 4 colonies. running ASF.
Rats or ASF? Okay.
ASF. Yeah, I'm running like 2.12 or 2.10, 2.10 to 2.12 or 3.10 to 3.12 groups. So right now I got 4 groups because I was producing so much. I had six colonies. I have a 6 level rack, but I cut it down to 4 because I was producing a lot, feeding them a lot, and having kind of an oversupply, which I could
Yeah.
sell off to some people locally, but it
Yeah.
just wasn't worth it. Wasn't really worth it for me. So I try to slow down a little bit, but now my rat production is kind of slowing down with the winter time. So I got the heat back on for them,
Yeah.
but they're starting to drop litters again now,
And
and it's
sorry,
gonna
do
pick
you
back up.
are all 4 colonies African soft furs? Are you feeding the
Yeah,
chondros ASFs?
yeah. I only feed ASF. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I haven't
yeah,
tried that with mine. So I'll be
yeah. I
interested to
feel like
see.
they're some of the best prey items you could offer. They're in between a mouse and a rat, and their
Yeah.
fur is like more digestible than a mouse and a rat's fur.
Yeah.
You know, they can. I think they can actually digest the fur of an ASF, and less chance for them to have like issues with regurg and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, breeding your own rodents is important. You know, I've said a lot. Like
Yeah, you know what goes into them,
people,
right?
yeah, man, like people have these like 10, 20, $30,000 green tree pythons, and they're buying like frozen thawed rodents from who
God
knows
knows where.
where.
Yeah.
Like in, you know, like I just couldn't. Yeah, I don't know how they do it, man. And I feed pre-killed too, so a lot of these times you get these chondros and they're just like stuck on frozen thawed, and then I gotta switch them over to pre-killed, and it might be that different prey item. They're used to mice or rats, and so it's tough sometimes. But usually, all the time, I'll get stuff to switch over eventually. And you know, you hear stories about it's the other way around. They'll get stuck on the ASF and they won't take rats or mice, but I feel like it's the opposite. They'll get stuck on the rats and mice and then they
And not
won't take.
switch to.
Yeah, because anything that takes an ASF, it's going to eat a mouse or a rat like a snack, like a delicacy. Because the
Yeah.
smell is just there. Like ASF don't have that same smell. They're not as
Right.
stinky. And yeah, so the rat breeding, you know, it's not as bad as you think. I run 4 colonies right now. Even I was running 6, and I clean them once every 2 weeks. I change the bedding out, do a deep clean, scrub out the tubs once every 2 weeks, and it takes me like an hour, hour and a half just to
Yeah.
dump
And
out the
there's no
bedding.
smell?
And well, I have a rodent shed,
Okay.
so you know, I don't, and especially ASF, they don't smell really like at all. They just go in one corner. They're ASF really smart. They just poop and pee in one corner, whereas like
So you just clean one corner. Yeah,
rats
everywhere.
and mice just pee everywhere,
Yeah.
poop everywhere. So the bedding will go a lot longer with the ASF. Yo,
Yeah.
OG ASAP.
There you go. More West
Thanks
Coast
for
homies in.
tapping in, big bro. Got the homie Fadi right here from Ottawa, Canada.
What's up, man?
And yeah, man. But yeah, dude, the ASFs are sick, bro. It takes me an hour and a half once every 2 weeks, and I just feed them
Yeah.
pretty much every day. Just feed them some sunflower seeds and do a mix, you know, a mix of
Sunflower
some rodent
seeds.
food. Kalmbach 23% rodent diet. And actually, I get the wood shavings right here from the big homie. He's got a wood shop, so I'm able to just get some like clean wood shavings,
That's sick.
not cedar or anything toxic. But yeah, I'm able to get some wood shavings and use that as the bedding, so save a little bit there. And and yeah, but you know, you save so much money, and it's not even if you have the space and stuff, you could do it. You know, it's tough if you're like living in an apartment or something like that. But if you've
Well,
got your
or
own spot
even, yeah,
or
well,
in
you
the
said
cold,
in the cold. That's exactly. Even
yeah,
if I had a shed, they wouldn't survive out there, and it would
yeah,
cost more than it costs to order frozen thaw or frozen rats
yeah,
each shed,
yeah.
right? So it wouldn't make sense for me anytime soon, at least. But it would be cool to know what's going into the food that I'm feeding my snakes,
Like,
right? Like
oh
it
yeah,
would be
man,
cool to be able to control all that.
you can't beat it, bro. Can't beat it.
Yeah,
Nothing better than a fresh prey item. and it's just so much more convenient too. You know, you could just pull whatever size rodent you need. It's already hot. You don't need to warm it up and ready to go.
Yeah.
And yeah,
No,
man.
that's
But
cool, man.
the yeah, I feel you. Like it has to make sense for you.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
like I have close to 40 animals in my collection. So for me to like sustain that off of frozen thawed, like purchasing frozen thawed
it's expensive, man.
would
Yeah,
be like, compared to me just producing my own. And
yeah,
and it's also just another part of the hobby. Like I it's nothing new. Nothing really new to me. I've been a lifelong reptile keeper, so I'm used to dealing with rodents.
yeah,
And
yeah. No, man,
and yeah,
I'm dropping like six. I don't know what it is in American, but I'm dropping like 600 Canadian every 3 months just to feed snakes. I'm sure it wouldn't cost half
oh
that to
yeah.
feed the rodents and kind of keep
Yeah.
them well fed. Yeah, it's definitely cheaper to breed them yourself.
Yeah, cuz how many snakes do you have in your collection?
Honestly, I don't have a number off the top of my head, but it's definitely in the high 20s, low 30s
Oh, really?
uh
I didn't know you
area.
got that
Yeah,
much.
yeah. Oh yeah,
You got
yeah, yeah. Just with all the miscellaneous. So like there's a couple of boas. Yeah, I have a pair of children's. I don't think I mentioned earlier.
Oh,
I have the
okay. You
one
got some
Amazon tree
children's?
boa. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I got some
okay.
Antreated children. I actually Tom he was just in the chat. I think he left. Uh, he gave me the pair as well. So yeah, so there there's things that I forget to mention, but I have quite a few snakes in the collection, so feeding them gets quite expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, man, and for sure. I'm gonna pull up the children's pythons on the
Yeah,
shelf.
they're cool, man. I actually think my female is gravid right now. I palpated her yesterday, and I think I counted 6 eggs. So fingers are crossed, man.
Nice. Congrats, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they're
have a
cute.
baby spotted as well, actually.
Oh, okay, a
So it's
spotted
kind of
python? Nice,
yeah,
man.
slowly getting into the Antaresia genus. Yeah, they're cool, man. Their size is so convenient.
Let's look up the spotted pythons, dude. Those are sick too, bro.
Yeah, dude, mine is like the size of my pinky. Like he's so tiny. He's in the next room. I can pull
Yeah.
him out if you want. If I can go grab him.
I got some Candoya. Yeah, man, go grab it, dude. Go grab it,
Yeah,
bro.
you got some Candoya,
Yeah.
Carinata, or
I've got I think Tasmai or Paulsoni. I've
cool.
got
I'm
Halmahera.
still listening. Keep going.
Yeah, I got Halmahera ground boas, Solomon Island tree boas, and that's it. That's it for the Candoya. Yeah.
That's
Are
cool,
you?
man. The ground. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The ground boas are cool, man. I think everything in the Candoya genus is they're just such cool animals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need some of your micro geckos so I could feed them to my male Candoya.
Is that what they
That
eat?
is it. I mean,
Look how tiny he is, bro.
let me
Oh,
pull it
there you
up
go.
right here. Um, I'm gonna see if I could.
There you go. A baby spotted.
That's sick, bro.
Yeah, tiny, tiny little guy, and like there we go. He's now attached to the mic.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's so
still a little.
epic, dude.
They're a very cool species. Oh yeah, he's peeing over everything. It's funny because they're not colubrids, obviously, but they musk like they're colubrids at this size. Can
Oh
you let go
yeah,
of the mic?
that's a trip, man.
Just peed all over the mic.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that, man. It was well
Yeah,
worth
no,
it.
for sure.
Well worth it,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. No, they're a cool species as well that need to be more highlighted as well. Um,
Yeah,
I think their popularity is going to keep growing.
I think if I'm not mistaken. I think Patrick Holmes might have produced. He's been pumping out some spotted pythons.
I think he
I'm
has. I
not
think you're
sure.
right.
Yeah, he always
Yeah,
posts like a clutch. He has like 40 spotted pythons in a tub. Like
crazy. I don't know
freaking love.
40. I don't think they have clutches that big, but yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. No, I'm hyperbolizing,
Exactly.
man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right.
Patrick Holmes is so awesome, dude. I freaking love that guy, man. He's
That yes, 100%. I've never spoken to him or been connected with him, but
yeah.
I watch the stuff he produces closely. He's producing some cool stuff.
Yeah, I got a chondro he produced, and I talk to him every now and then. He's a pretty busy guy. He doesn't know me very well, but I talk to him every now and then. He responds usually, and I post him a picture when I eat a ribeye steak and some asparagus, something. He's always eating steak.
So is he?
And
Yeah, yeah.
he has a good diet that he works on.
It's better than me, man. I have a horrible
But
diet.
yeah, I got some candoya, bro. I got this really small candoya male ground boa, and it's like really small, bro. Like
Tiny.
its head is like tiny, bro. Like I don't
Yeah.
even know. It's not even the size of my pinky, dude. It's like
Well, they have the flat heads too, right?
yeah, and they got a flat head. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
oh, it's
Non-existent.
great. It's like yeah, I think it's small, man, and it's so far it's eaten one like pinky, like not a red hot pinky, but like a week old pinky or
Okay,
so.
cool. Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's like all it's eaten for me so far. It's still doing good, but I'm starting to kind of like, all right, like I kind of want to get something in him. I'm like, and I offer the rodents, but he seems not to be interested.
Do they
And
eat lizards in the wild?
I think that they're that species where they eat like other stuff, like geckos and
Yeah,
lizards, but
frogs and
I don't even
and
see it. Yeah, I
birds
don't
and
even see it eating like I don't know what lizard I could get that's small that like I could
morning
feed it
geckos.
to him. Yeah, morning gecko, like a really small little tiny
Yeah, and they breathe
gecko.
fast enough for you to use them as a food
Let's see.
source.
I'm gonna look those up.
Pictus Pictus geckos breed pretty fast too, and you could feed off the babies, and the babies are tiny. Like it could definitely take a baby pictus.
Let's see. That's why I need you to send me some feeders, some feeds.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even know what the process of sending stuff to the US is, but yeah, I
Part
definitely could,
no,
man.
yeah. I'm just joshing, man. But
No, yeah, yeah, I
that's
figured, but it would be cool.
when I was breeding like leopard geckos. I was like, man, this could be like good like chondro food. Like,
Dude, 100%. The funny thing is, I breed a lot of Pictus, and nobody really like this. They sell so slow that I could very easily produce enough to use as free
so
feeders
these
if
are
I
the
could.
morning
But
geckos. Yeah, these are
those are the
tiny, huh?
mornings, yeah. So they're
So if I
they're
just
I don't
feed
know how
it,
much you know about them, but they're a parthenogenic species. So they essentially just clone themselves. There's no males, or there's
oh, okay.
very few males. Most of them are females, and they just clone themselves. So if you put like 5, 6 in an enclosure and feed them well and leave them for like 6 months, you'd have enough to feed that snake for probably years at that point.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd breed them just to feed one snake.
Yeah, fair,
But
fair.
yeah, man, those are the morning geckos.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I need to look into getting something. I need like I was even thinking like a small little like tiny fish, but then I'm like concerned about parasites but even like anything has parasites like but maybe a fish I'd be a little more concerned about like a little tiny feeder like guppy or something cuz it does kind
Yeah.
of it chills by the water bowl kind of
Looking
like
around, see if there's
stalking
anything.
like
Yeah.
stock in the water bowl almost. I'm wondering like what like do you think it would eat a fish? Like if
I
I put a
honestly I
fish
don't
in
know
the
much.
water bowl?
Always worth a shot. I don't know much about that species, but people that
Yeah.
keep garters do that, right? They keep fish in the water bowl, or they give them tuna on a plate, cut up into smart, tiny little chunks,
Yeah.
and maybe it's not tuna. I'm not sure exactly the species they use, but like I've seen quite a few snakes eat eat fish, and I've fed guppies to the mountain horn dragons. So if I've heard the stories about parasites and all that as well, but it went well for the
Hey,
mountain horn
dude.
dragons. So yeah, yeah.
It's like,
I've also fed them those
huh?
morning geckos, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, man, Candoya are a trip though. They're a whole
They're
nother
cool.
ball game.
Yeah.
It's a trip. The homie DM Exotics. I don't know if you know Dan
Yes.
Malari from
Yes,
DM
for sure.
Exotics.
Absolutely.
Freaking love that dude.
Yeah. Not
And he
again,
was
not personally, but I
yeah,
follow along on his projects. Cool stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He responds to you
Mhm.
right away. really good customer service and response, and
Good to know.
he has some like nice viper boas at the show. You know, the Candoya species of viper
The-
boas. He had a
that's
lot.
the Carinata, right? That's the one I was referring to earlier, I think.
Yeah, I don't know these subspecies name, like the genus names,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
as good as I should. You know, um,
Yeah. No,
that's
all
like
good,
one
man. I'm
thing.
just curious. Yeah, Vipers.
Do a
Yeah.
freaking whole episode about like genus names, and then like a whole episode about like green tree python lineage, like identifiers, like
That I would watch the heck out of
pH,
100 times.
bills,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
GG, VV, like it'd be
yeah.
cool to have like a index of like all the identifying names, man.
Dude,
There's John
100%.
Irby, Christian
Yeah.
Stewart, like Jason Stevens, which is the gems. Yeah, man, that's a whole nother rabbit hole,
Dude,
and you could
if
do a
somebody could
whole
create that,
like
I
get
would.
Patrick Holmes to
Yeah.
like sit down and like, all right, what is this? Like it's crazy, man. Breaking
Those would
down
be
names and
great
stuff.
episodes, man. I would watch them so many times to try to understand. It's funny because I don't come from a snake background, right? So like I don't know ball python genetics. I don't know the morphs. So getting into like green tree pythons and Amazon tree boas, people are kind of referring to the same thing as they had learned in other
Yeah,
species, and I'm just clueless. So if you created an index like that, I would very much
yeah,
consume it.
I know,
Yeah,
man, for real,
yeah.
dude. What up, Ro? With the 5.0, man? Appreciate you tapping in, bro. Hope all is well, homie, and hope you're doing good, Ro. Gonna
See,
have a good Halloween coming up, bro. You know Ro with the 5.0?
I do not. I do not.
He's got Chondros as well, man. He's a really good dude.
Nice. Is that the Instagram name as well?
His name is, I believe so. It's
I'll
Ro.
look you up right after this, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I don't quote me on it, but that's
Or
usually what he
someone.
goes by. That he's got a morph market page too.
Yo, RO, link me your Instagram, bro.
Vibe with Ro is his Instagram.
Vibe
Vibe
with
with Ro.
Ro.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. Everyone that's tuned in right now.
He's a he's a
Yeah.
United States,
See, bro.
military. He's a
Man
military
has the
veteran.
owl in there. He's secretly supporting Canada. See, bro, that's what's up. That's my homie right
Oh
there.
shit. Yeah, he is.
He's got the OVO owl in there.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Okay. That's a big homie, dude.
No, that's cool, man. It's cool. You guys seem to have a very, diverse group of people in
Yeah.
like in terms of reptile keepers in the, on the West Coast in the California area. So, it's cool to kind of, get
Yeah.
to know you, get to know some of the people here,
All over,
meet
bro. Like I
unique.
think RO's from Atlanta
Oh, okay.
originally,
You're not
I
even
believe.
okay. Cool.
RO's, yeah, I know people all over the United States, man. Like
Yeah,
I'm
man.
in Cali. There's a few, there is a lot of good breeders in Cali, such as MJ, Garrick, Aiden
Yeah.
Bradley, Luke Snakewalker, Mauricio Lutero. There's a lot of good breeders out in Cali. There's good ball python breeders. Um,
Yeah.
we're
Is RO still in Atlanta, or is he moved to Cali now?
he works for the military. He's deployed
Okay,
by the
that's
military and employed by the military, and he's still he's got a few more years till he retires. So he might be in like South Carolina right now or Texas. Don't give me don't quote me on it, but yeah, man, it's a good dude
cool stuff, man. Yeah,
and a
I'm gonna be
fellow
in
reptile.
Atlanta in March, so if there are any reptile keepers
Yeah,
up there, give me a shout, man.
you're
I'd
going to
love to
Bob's show
connect with some people. No, is
or
that in March?
I'm not sure. It might be. It might be in August actually. I don't know if Bob shows twice a year or just once a year.
I
Bob
have no
booth.
idea. I'm going for work, but I would love to do some reptile stuff while I'm there. So if that's around then, I'll definitely
Yeah.
be popping in.
Um. But yeah, man, green tree pythons. Like the
Yeah,
designer thing, it can be misleading. Like I said, like I saw something that was labeled as a designer that I liked, and like upon further looking into it, it was it was actually like a 75% sarong with like 12.5% Arfac and 12.5% Cyclops or something like that. Um, so, but it was labeled as a designer, and the term gets thrown around a little loosely. I had a whole like podcast about this. I think it was my very first podcast with Alex Warren from Amazing Arboreals,
Yeah, yeah.
and it just gets thrown around a little loosely. Like, is a hybrid a designer? Like, just because it's crossed, is that a designer? But to me, there's a true definition. A design, what a designer means to me is that both parents were designer animals and they produced that designer animal, and they've been proved to have a line of that designer trait. There's a
So it needs to
design
be more than one
and you make
generation
a
of
line.
designer.
Yeah, it has to get proved out. Like, there's a lot of lines that still have like yet to be really established, and I think they will be established soon. But you know, it gets a little difficult when you hear designer. It's very misleading, especially for new people. They just see the word designer, but they don't really know that it's just like an Aru Biak to a Jaya Sarong. And you're just
Yeah,
like kind of, that's just like throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. But then again, like, that's how designers are made.
that's what
It
started
was
it all.
just,
Yeah, absolutely.
a Cyclops to a Sarong, or a Cyclops to a Wamina, or whatever
Yeah, yeah,
locality, and that's what made like the crazy chondro or whatever, and so it's a give and take, and but the best chance to have nice animals is just to start with nice animals, and
100%.
like, if you want like calico lineage, you want a blue line animal, a melanistic animal, these other lines. There's not many lines. A high yellow, there's high yellow, high blue, calico, and high black, um, and stuff. And maybe high white for our Aru, something like that. But
Yeah, I
when
gotta learn all those.
if you like want something like that, what's up, Logan? Appreciate you tapping in, my broski. Hope you're doing well. Happy Halloween, brother. If you want something like that has that blood, because people, like, on the other hand, people will post calico, like, oh, I got this calico, oh, here's a sickness line animal for 9,000, when it like this,
Yeah.
it's like, it's just like a green snake, and yada yada, or it's like a calico line animal, and like the calico lineage is like 6 generations behind, and there's like one calico animal that was like, and so like what you're really
It's
getting
not
is
it's
like,
not producing any calico babies.
yeah, you're getting like 0.5% calico blood, when
Mhm.
but people are just labeling, which,
To raise the price of their own
to be,
animals.
like, if you want to be accurate with that, you should state like, hey, this animal has 10% calico blood, or like 5% calico, like some shit like that, like,
Yeah.
hey, this
That's how they
animal's
do it
a
in the carpet
70.
python world.
Yeah, yeah, bro. I mean, it's like, it gets a little generic. There are some people who I'm not really looking into it a whole lot right now, but I'm sure there's some people that are more accurate, and stuff like that. So you got to really be careful. If you just want like a calico animal, you just got to go to Dave D, or John Irby, or someone who has calico blood. Like, if you want a blue line animal, you got to go to Dave D, or John Irby, or Christian Stewart, someone like that who has blue blood, and or
Real
even
blue blood.
Garrick, Garrick from House of Blue. He's still proving out his line and stuff, and Aiden Bradley is working with some similar localities, and designer work. But yeah, man, if you want something, you just got to go straight to who has it, man. Like, If you
Yeah,
see
the
what
person
you
who
like,
produced it first.
yeah, if you see what you like, just get it from someone who's known to produce that designer line. You can't chase it somewhere else. You just got to go straight to the source and bite the bullet and really invest wisely. And yeah, man, chondros,
Yeah, Chondros,
chondros,
man.
dude,
Nothing cooler, man. Nothing cooler.
fucking chondros, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
they're
excited
chill.
to be getting into the game and kind of
You can,
meeting the players
yeah,
and
you're gonna
yeah,
really
they're
like them, man. As your animals get older and stuff, like I've held a lot of different animals, like emerald tree boas, diamonds, ball pythons. Like I've held them, and
yeah.
when you hold a green tree python, there's just something different about it, bro. It's like they're really soft and delicate and smooth, and they just have a whole different feel to them, man. There's nothing like holding a green tree python, in my opinion. Their like scales are just so smooth, and they're
Yeah, they
so
almost feel scaleless, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
they're super fragile and tender. They don't have like
And
a whole ton of like muscle tone. I mean, some may, some may not. I mean, just like some of the ones that I got are like little small like sarongs, stuff like that. But yeah, man,
yeah.
chondros are awesome, bro. Glad you got in.
Me too, man.
Um,
Me too. Chondros are
I
awesome.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, you you got your own podcast, bro.
Yes,
If
sir.
you want to shout out like where people can find you and on Instagram and your podcasts.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, first of all, and thank you for having me on your show, man. I appreciate it for real. We're gonna have to have you on my show as well.
Yeah.
Come out and spread the West Coast love over there. But yeah, man, I'm Daffy's Reptiles on basically every platform. You can find me on Instagram, Daffy's Reptiles, Facebook, Daffy's Reptiles, and then there's a YouTube channel that's more, care guides, zoo tours, that kind of thing. That channel is called Daffy's Reptiles as well. And then I feel like I said it so many times. And then I do have a podcast as well, as you mentioned. It's called Daffy's Roundtable. You can find it on all streaming platforms. We are very recently started doing a few more Conjure episodes as well. So, it's still not a lot of Conjure information on there for the Conjure keepers, but, basically every week, we're talking about a different species, cool species that you don't hear a lot of information for, um, in most cases, and we're just trying to spread
Yeah.
all the information about the little secrets that keepers have and only gain through experience that you can't read on a forum or on Facebook or in a care guide. That only come out
Yeah.
in situations like this when you're talking to a person. And yeah, man. So
Yeah.
feel free to come check out the
Mm.
podcast and the
Yeah,
channel.
man.
Thank you guys very much.
And you can only learn so much through these podcasts, these books, all this shit, but
Got to do it yourself.
until you actually go through it, you as in everyone, as in myself, until I actually went through it, that's when I actually learned, okay. And it's
100%.
like, fuck, dude, did I even learn? Fuck, I don't even know what I learned, bro. I just fucked. It's just
Yeah,
that
it's
shit
gonna
is a
take a few
trip.
years to even learn
Yeah.
the right way to do it, right? Because every
But
individual animal is different as
you,
well. So
yeah. You
you
make
might learn
adjustments,
something with
man.
one. Yeah,
Yeah, make adjustments and yeah, Fadi from Daffy's Reptiles, man. Really appreciate you coming through, kicking it on the West Coast tonight, man. Means a
for
lot. I know
sure.
it's getting late over there. If you want to kick it backstage, dog, and I think I'll just roll this little intro real quick because I know we got some new people tapping in, and I think they'd appreciate it, bro. Thank you again, man.
For sure. Thank you very much. Take care, everyone. Thanks.
All right, everyone. Episode 17 in the books, man. Your big homie Adrian right here on the West Coast. Got the homies tapping in, bro, all over the world, dude. And really appreciate anyone who tapped in tonight. If you guys want to smash the like, man. Just for one person to tap in live, bro, really means everything to me, bro. I do this strictly for the reptiles and for all you guys. So I'll see you guys in a couple weeks, man. Happy Halloween, everyone. And again, rest easy, Kino. Thank you, Keith, for coming through the show. And yeah, man, if you guys can go support the big homie Kino and his family, his meal train is over there on social media with Travis at Mongrel Reptiles. Um, really hard to talk about it, bro. Kino was a good dude, and we're gonna miss him in the hobby. Very unique individual, and that's what I love about the Green Tree Python community, man. There's just a lot of individuality, man. Like as we had our guest on tonight, Fadi, Big Mike. Appreciate you tapping in. Everyone, just keep your prayers high, bro. You never know, tomorrow's not promised, man. And I hope everyone has a safe and happy Halloween from the big homie West Coast. West Coast, you know where it's at.